Hey, Dee, I love you.
I love you.
I love getting to know you.
You're beautiful. I love you.
I love that we work together.
I love we're spending so much time together.
I love that.
I'm passionate.
But don't put words in my mouth. That won't work out.
Yeah, that's put offing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like you crazy, though.
The best part. And that is exactly what we get from Nick and Annie in the first 5 seconds of this episode. It's what we've got every time. 50% of what these two say is,
I love you.
I love you too. And never tell us why, but they love each other. They love getting to know each other, and they love being with each other. For whatever reasons they're discovering this love, we don't know. They're just in love. Season 9, episode 8, Love is Blind, Stripping the Veil. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Fun fact, my blood sugar is 69 right now.
Oh,
And
no.
we have 69 followers on YouTube. 69, it's the number of the day. The number of the day is 69.
69.
That's the number. That's the number. Is that from Sesame Street? That's real messed up of me. Okay. Episode 8 of Love is Blind. We start off with Mommy and Daddy. They're really mad at each other. Madison and Joe.
I feel sorry for him. I feel really bad for him.
When he said, I just don't want you to act like it's the end of the world, I was like, well, that bitch is going nuclear.
She is.
She's got her finger on those nukes. Not. Go ahead.
I wrote down she's completely over the top in this conversation.
Look, I think the reason that she's over the top is the same reason that Joe is talking about. This is like a pressure cooker here. This is not a normal situation. Joe asked her how she's always so confident about it. He's right. This is a strange situation. You're marrying somebody you didn't see and just met 4 weeks ago. He can be 100% in, but still feel like this is really weird and feel like it's hard because it's not what he's probably always thought marriage would look like going into a marriage. Those are not mutually exclusive feelings. Being excited about this, being 100% in, and also thinking this experiment is strange and it's fast and hoping that you're making the right decision when you don't really know someone, those aren't things that are completely opposite. They can exist in the same person.
Right. Well, and I actually thought that when he was saying it to her, he actually sounded like he admired her for being able to have the attitude that she has about it. It wasn't a criticism at all. And I feel like she took it like it was a criticism.
She did. She also expressed that sometimes she has concerns. So she is feeling the same thing as him, but she's just taking this superiority stance where she's putting words in his mouth and saying, you're not all in, when he's like, I'm 100% in. She's not hearing what he's saying. He just wants to be able to talk to his partner about, wow, we are going through something very strange. And it's something that really, there's only a handful of us that understand. And you are one of those people. Here's a point that we can connect on. And she
kicks it up a notch and wants to fight instead.
She criticizes him for having these feelings. She goes, I knew what I was getting into. Did you? Like, you conceptually know that this is a strange experiment. This is fast moving. But did you realize what it would actually be like when you were in that position, when you have cameras around you most of the day? You're not even getting a ton of alone time. You barely have met this person. You're going in saying marriage is forever. If you really believe that, aren't you going to have some reservations? At the same time, be excited and be all in, but also realistically know that you've only known this person for a month, and there could be a whole nother layer that you haven't seen by the time you marry them, because that's human nature.
Right. Well, and she already had an idea when they met, because he takes a little bit longer to acclimate to the process.
Right. Yeah.
And he's sharing this with her, and she's going ballistic, calling herself a negative bitch. I just need to be a negative bitch. And it's like she wants to fight.
Abusive.
Yeah. It's
when
like
she puts the ring in the box and says, I'm putting this on ice, and walks away, she's giving him an ultimatum. If you can't tell me you have no doubts and you aren't all in, if you can't ignore these completely understandable feelings that you might have, then I'm putting the ring on ice.
Yeah. Well,
and he can't even express his emotions, which I don't blame him.
I think he
connect with her, and she's nuclear.
Yeah, I agree with him. He said, this is exactly the reason why I'm afraid to share how I feel about anything, is because so far she's been on par for her reactions every time he tries to share his emotions. She goes ballistic.
Absolutely. This isn't the first time. The first time I blamed it on the alcohol. I still want to give her some grace, though. This is not an easy experiment. I think that the same thing that Joe is expressing with his words, we're seeing her reaction with her anxiety.
Maybe, but
because she's under so much pressure, because she's marrying this guy in 3 weeks, and he's saying, I'm nervous. That is making her more nervous. And it's the same reason. It's because you don't truly know this person that well, and you're marrying them in 3 weeks. So that's the irony here. Like, she's doing what she's criticizing him for, but she doesn't realize she's doing it with her actions, and he's doing it with his words. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. My blood sugar is 69. I'm blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. The only thing that makes sense to me is every time he tries to have a conversation about feelings, she goes off on him and over the top for whatever reason. I don't know if it's for pointing out.
And it can be for a lot of reasons. Humans aren't that simple where it's one reason or the other. I think that the pressure of this experiment is probably making her crack a little.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Jordan chose Megan his humble bachelor pad.
It's
for
very
a dad.
It's very clean for a guy, I have to say. I was surprised. Yeah.
It's super simple. Very simple decorations. He's got a Roomba. He's got an empty fridge because he just eats out. His bedroom is just set up in the living room, and his son's bedroom set up in the bedroom. And you see he has these like boxes of Legos sitting on his bed. I wonder if that's a little surprise for when he comes over.
Maybe.
Jordan doesn't know, and he's got him some Legos and set them on the bed. Right. And then there's the little dinosaur with the insulin pump and CGM. I'm sitting there thinking, man, that's an expensive dinosaur. Those like little sticker pieces you see there with insurance, a 3-month supply for each of those little sticker things. It's like $500 a pop. So every 3 months you're paying $1,000 for a 3-month supply of the set of CGMs and the set of pump supplies. That's with insurance for plastic and stickers because they have patents. Anyway, it's like that is an expensive little bear there. They both get emotional. Yeah, kids with diabetes. You know, he's a 10-year-old with diabetes, but it's tough. It sucks. We need a cure. I usually get emotional during that kind of stuff too, but not today because my blood sugar is a little bit low and I'm feeling a little bit goofy.
The last time you did that, we thought you had been drinking or something when we watched the video back.
Sounds
you
right.
do get goofy. That was the poop cruise. When we did the poop cruge documentary.
Well, my brain gets a little foggy, so I'm also trying to connect poop cruise with. I was like, I know we did it, but I don't remember what happened. What do you think?
You know, I think they're wonderful together. I really like them. Yeah. And she was very emotional because it reminded her of her dad when she was looking at the little stuffed animal. And I think she appreciated the cleanness of the place and things like that. She definitely said, I'm going to talk to my realtor. We're going to see if we can find something a little bit bigger for all three of us.
And that's to add an extra person.
Absolutely.
and she has the means, yeah, that's fine. I didn't feel like she was judgmental at all about the
no.
place.
Mm-mm.
But she did not seem material about it. She was just happy to be in the home.
Yeah. And I've seen some videos of people talking about him, and I honestly, I don't know where they're coming from with it. They're sitting there saying that he doesn't have anything else going for him other than being a dad. So he just keeps pushing that and milking that and using that to make women think that he's just, and I'm just like so upset. My son is in a similar situation, and his son is so important to him. That is a part of him. It's not just his identity. He's a dad. He wants to spend that time with him. And if
it's a huge part of your identity, they don't have to be your whole identity, but
right.
Even just within Luca, his position as a caretaker of a type 1 diabetic is something that they connect on, whether it's his son or her dad or whoever it is. They both connect on helping care for somebody with a chronic disease, the same chronic disease. So they're going to connect on those same struggles and experiences, which is something separate from just being a dad. It's being a caretaker.
Right.
You've been a caretaker. That's a whole way that you can connect with other people.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah. I don't see him using the fact that he's a father to try and endear Megan to him.
No.
That's just who he is. He can't. He's so
and
different.
He says, I know this is going to be hard. And if you go with your other choice in the pods, I understand that because this is not easy. He let her know that being a parent, it's not glamorous, and he would totally understand. It's asking a lot for him to ask to be a part of the family. That's not glamorizing it. That's not using it in his advantage. He is acknowledging the disadvantage of it, which it's not a disadvantage, but it's a commitment.
Well,
that's not just a commitment to him. It's a commitment to a family.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. He's the only father that was in that group of singles.
Right.
So he's putting it out there. It's not a secret. When you start talking to him, he comes with a son and he has a family unit with his son, and you need to be a part of that. He's not trying to attract these women because he's a father. He's trying to let them know up front, I'm a dad. This is
in a fast
huge
pace, and he's not glamorizing it. So
yeah, this is my life.
And here's my expectations. I don't know. If anything, he has told her and made her very well aware that this is going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8:00 in the morning, and Allie and Anton are coming off the night shift.
Yeah, they both work nights. Oh, I'd be exhausted. I wouldn't be able to do that.
When she tells him he's being weird and she doesn't think he's saying everything, I was thinking he's tired. It's bedtime.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking too.
He makes steak and eggs. They look amazing. There's mimosas. I'll take a 12:00 in the afternoon mimosa.
I'll take an Anton.
I'll take one at 8.
I know. Now, I'm so hungry right now after watching that.
Are you more Anton or Allie? What is your style? After a long day of work, do you want to go to the gym and go to bed? Or do you want to eat steak, eggs, and mimosas and go to bed? D.
I'm sure I'm going to say eat. I don't like exercising at all. So I'm going to do steak and eggs, mimosas, and then go to bed. Are
you doing the mimosas?
Well, yeah, I think that would just help with the sleep. I don't know why she wanted to be a little less on the mimosa.
Because she's got a different style than us. She's healthier. I'm all about the steak, eggs, and mimosas as well. Allie has a very healthy life. I just want to put on pajamas when I'm done working and chill, unwind. So, channel surfers, what's your style? Are you an Allie or an Anton? Comment below. Different styles. I didn't know that not washing vegetables gives you worms. So maybe I have worms because I don't do it.
We'll just order you a dewormer.
Maybe if I get a tapeworm, that would be cool.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
That used to be like an old school diet thing, like back in the early 1900s, where you'd get a tapeworm to eat the food for you.
I actually think that somewhere around the
Horrible
90s,
idea. Do not try this.
No, don't do it. But it
I'm
seems like
not like washing my vegetables because I'm hoping for a tapeworm. I don't know. I thought they were pre-washed. They're not. Oh, well, I'm still around.
Even if they are, a lot of people don't trust it and go ahead and rinse some of themselves too.
You were saying you thought the tapeworm was the 90s?
No, yeah, I was thinking that there was even something around like the 90s, maybe early 2000s, where there was some kind of diet fad going around where they did something like that.
Did I see that on Oprah?
I would not be doing that. No.
If my laziness gets me a tapeworm. I'm just kidding. I'm so just kidding, you guys. I need a dewormer. Somebody take me to the vet. What are your thoughts on the joint bank account?
I'm with Allie on this. I don't see a problem with a joint account, but I also would want a single, just my account. He didn't seem like he liked that too well.
No.
He was like, why would you need to have an
well,
account
when
by
she's
yourself?
in school, how does that work? Because she won't have money coming in. Is he giving her an allowance?
That's true. Honestly, well, I don't think he said she could quit. He said, I think if you work 1 or 2 days a week, it should be fine. Because she was sitting there, I think she was kind of hinting at not wanting to work at all. Because when she had went to school previously, she had lived with her parents, and mom did all the cooking, mom did all the cleaning. She didn't really have to do anything, and she kind of wants to do that again when she goes back to school.
Yeah. I mean, I think the bank accounts, it's going to vary couple to couple. And it's just something you got to agree on. If one of you spends a lot of money and has trouble managing that, and the other one is good, you're going to want to structure your accounts in a certain way. I wonder also, like with community property states, if I don't know how that works, an individual account, how that converts.
I wonder how Colorado is.
Property.
Is Colorado a community?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
For me, I like to be able to have separate accounts as well as a joint account. Because the separate accounts, like what if it's Christmas time, if I'm ordering him a present or ordering something for Valentine's Day, like, or if I want to surprise my husband with something, you can't do that if they can see your bank statement. Now, I'm not hiding Botox, obviously.
What is she, 27? What is she, 27 or 28? And she's doing Botox?
She looks great. That's why I need to look into Botox. If Botox can make my face look like that.
Well, if it'll rewind me.
Magic.
I was like, if it's going to rewind mine about 30 years, I might check into it as well.
Can I just get a whole new face with a few shots?
Sign me up for that too.
I got some needles. Let's see what we can do. No, I'm just kidding. I like how he says we need to like check the budget. That's hey, look, if you don't have just tons of money to spend and you're not really worried about what comes in and out, which is very few people, knowing what your monthly expenses are and your combined income, not a bad idea. It's probably the best idea to allocate funds to certain places and figure out where the savings goes. Is what you and I do as debtors, attorney, and paralegal. We are budgeting queens. I mean, I can just look at numbers that somebody makes and tell you if they've got enough to meet their needs. I've been doing this so long. You just tell me what they make gross, and I'm like, firing it off. I'm like, oh, how do they even pay for their stuff? They're in a tough spot. Yeah, I think Anton's great financially. I like that they're planning this. I like that they're talking about the cost of school, not only the financial cost of tuition, but also the cost of having reduced income. It's very responsible. Good for them.
Yeah. And then there's the left field conversation about the engraved sweaters, getting matching engraved sweaters, you know, the Mr.
Hold
and
on
Mrs.
just a minute. Yes. Before I want to say that, because I said it's very irresponsible, I also want to say that they both have the privilege of this being something that they can plan. At responsibility, it comes with a privilege, because there are a lot of people that aren't in their financial situation where they just have to focus on making the bills every month, paying for their medication, paying for their food. So it's not irresponsible to have debt. And that's just, I wanted to address this. I've seen some things about Mike not paying his bills, and people saying he's a horrible person for that. We do not shame people here for being in financial straits. Not everybody is starting off life in the same position. There are people that start off and their families make so much money on investments, just they get rich being rich to where they never have to worry about even borrowing money for student loans or ever paying for medical. That person's not starting off on the same foot as somebody who's got to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And maybe they are going into a profession that makes good money with a ton of debt, or they don't even get that opportunity for education because as children, they're worried about eating. So, and then you've got creditors that charge crazy amounts in interest. People are paying multiple times what they borrow just because they weren't born to a family that provide it. It's like a birth lotto. So we don't have any judgment, any shame. People find themselves in hard financial positions and they borrow this money with the intent to repay it back, and they don't realize the consequence of that interest. I mean, even me, I paid back my student loans. It took 13 years. I paid back double what I borrowed, and that's a 6.8% interest. And it was just for law school tuition. So we represent debtors. We do not shame anybody that is in that tough position. There's no shame in asking for help and then finding yourself unable to pay back double or triple what you borrowed. That's predatory. These creditors are sophisticated. They understand the financial part of it. I don't think it's always clear to the borrower. I don't know. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Do you have anything to add to that before we talk about the t-shirt?
I think you covered everything.
Dee agrees.
I agree. As usual.
Like a lot of people, it's not that they're just horrible with finances. They've got divorce or job loss or serious illness. It's not people. How many
or
times
death
expected to talk to you all the time?
Or,
anyway,
yeah.
I digress. Sorry, let me get off my debtor attorney soapbox. Go ahead, Dee. I just didn't want anybody to feel shame for not budgeting or planning, because sometimes there's more important things to focus on, like how do I keep the lights on this month? So
right.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying after the bank account conversation, it swings to, what do you think about getting engraved sweaters, matching sweaters, Mr. and Mrs.? I don't know. It made me feel very Christmassy. Like instantly in my head, Christmas sweaters pop in and Christmas photos.
Huh? It's so cute and cheesy and something I would never do, but I love it.
I would never do it. No.
Edmund and Calabria and his mama. What are your thoughts?
Oh, that was a lot. Some of it I understood what she was saying, and then other things didn't really make a lot of sense. The only thing I know is, again, there's more food. There's pancakes and bacon.
And I'm some bananas that are very ripe. They would have made amazing banana pancakes.
I'm sitting there watching them take a little teaspoon or tablespoon of syrup and put on the pancakes, and I'm like, I must be doing it all wrong. Like mine would be swimming in maple syrup right now.
I know. Same. The beads that she gives all of her daughter-in-laws. And she said, I will show Edmund, and then you guys, that can be between you. She talking about anal beads.
I was wondering if it was something sexual. I was like, oh, they might be some
She's going to show Edmund how to put them on.
Whose anal?
I didn't bring them in. I just happened to leave them in the car, and I'm not going to go get them first.
Hold on. Whose anal is she going to demonstrate how to put them in?
I don't care. Mama should not be showing Edmund how to use those.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
No, it's something cultural.
Maybe she
It's just funny that she didn't bring it in for us to see, but I guess it's an intimate
Maybe
thing.
She's got a diagram to show where he needs to put those beads.
Do we get to see the beads later? His mom knows that he's at a time in his life where he's ready to start a family. He has prepared himself financially. He's there. He's at the age, so she's not going to tell him not to go for it. She says that all of his exes, the girls that he's chosen, have been great. So why haven't they worked out?
I don't know.
Maybe because he wasn't in that position yet.
Well, she said they were great because she raised a great son. And I was like, but wasn't he in foster care a lot?
Well, back and forth.
Okay. Because I was confused. I thought he spent a lot more time in foster care.
I don't know how that broke down, but it was both. But, I mean, she raised him to the best that she could.
True.
She's ready for some grandbabies.
She feels it. She's already talked to one of the other girls in the family, and they said, it's not me. It must be Edmund. I've heard women say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like a baby is coming.
She's channeling it. Or she's manifesting it.
I mean, yeah. Don't do no affirmations, though.
No. Stay off them TikTok affirmations. What did she mean by her daughter-in-law's rat her out to her son, and she knows that KB won't do that?
I don't know. I wrote down, what is she doing that they're telling the sons on her for in the first place? Like, what's she saying or doing that they're going and ratting her out to the boys?
That all 4 of them have.
But she said she can tell that KB is not going to be like that. That KB isn't going to tell Edmund everything. And that just made me even more curious.
Supposed to say in that moment?
I don't know. I mean, it made me even more curious. What are you saying to these women, Mama?
And why are you expecting your son's spouse to keep something from them?
Why is she bringing it up at all right now? This is the first time meeting KB.
I wonder if when she struggles with addiction, if the spouses, when they find out, let the son know.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it. That would fall under the category of ratting out, I would say. That makes sense. Because if she's just, saying something that they don't, if she's just saying something that they don't like, or maybe getting aggressive with her or something like that, I can't imagine using the word rat, ratting me out for that. I think they would just say, look, your mom got on me today. She yelled at me. She hurt my feelings or something like that. I wouldn't really call it ratting her out.
There's a lot of mystery here, and maybe it's the edit, but channel surfers, tell us what you think. What are they talking about? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, what's she getting at?
And is it okay for a mother-in-law to expect their daughter or son-in-law to keep a secret from their spouse?
Yeah, that's a no-no.
I agree. Joe and Madison. So she's put her ring back on, and he's apologizing. I don't know why he's apologizing. She's even saying, yeah, I do have some fears as well. Like, she's acknowledging and validating what he said, but she doesn't apologize, and she doesn't tell him there's no need for an apology.
I did not understand what he was apologizing for one bit. It made no sense. I honestly, something that entered my mind for a second was, did she just gaslight this guy from the night before to where he now thinks he's the one that did something wrong, because she was totally the one wrong in that conversation?
I don't think she's intending to abuse him. I don't know if abusers ever intend that, but her insecurities are manifesting in a way where she's taking things he says out of context. She's shutting down and not listening to him. And then because she feels attacked, she's like getting defensive and going after him. And it's not okay. And I don't like that there isn't any self-reflection here on her part for her part in this.
Yeah. You don't see that at all. You don't see her say, I overreacted, or I shouldn't have said that, or I misunderstood what you were saying. Nothing.
He was telling her during that conversation he's 100% in for her. She didn't hear it until they were cuddling and he was saying it. And he goes, well, maybe I can phrase it differently. he's got to think about how he says things now, which I didn't think he said it in a bad way to start.
He didn't even have like a raised voice with her through that whole thing. Even though she's escalating in aggression, he is staying calm. He's just like, you can tell he's completely confused, the look on his face of how they got where they are.
I wish they had a therapist on the show. They might have people that talk to them.
Yeah.
But doesn't help the drama now, does it? Doesn't help the producers. Ooh. Joe's apartment actually reminds me a lot of Jordan.
Yeah, it's very similar. Or a hotel room.
They got a style. He eats a lot of meat. He's got a PS5. He likes to game a little. I'm all about the gamers. They're not for everybody, but I love quality time with my husband gaming.
Yeah, he definitely also has a bachelor lifestyle. There's like one plate, one bowl, one pan to fry things in.
It's so romantic. They can share like Lady and the Tramp. Except instead of spaghetti, they'll be sucking a steak off the plate.
A steak sounds so good right now.
I know. Damn it, Edmund. No. I'm blaming the wrong person. Who made the damn steaks?
Anton. Yeah.
It's your fault, Aunt. It's your fault, dude. I just had to eat a quesadilla because I was hungry after seeing all that food.
Honestly, every segment it's been food, and I'm so hungry.
I know. It's almost 1 o'clock and I hadn't eaten all day. So we took a little snack break. Channel surfers didn't see it. Yeah, I had a quesadilla. D, you had some chips.
And a Kit Kat.
And a Kit Kat. Oh, you didn't tell me about that Kit Kat. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, great lunch.
The self-help books. So Joe is really into self-help books. I think it kind of shows a little bit. And then Madison says she is too. I'm like, maybe read a few more. She's on the right track. She's going to get there. She's young. Remember, she is 26. I think inner confidence and not giving a shit comes more in your 30s.
It
starts to.
Yeah, I agree. I read something this morning and it was talking about like the shift from caring what people think and wanting to be around them to just like, I don't give a fuck, leave me alone. And I was like, that's so accurate. So accurate.
I still love people though.
I can take it or leave it. I'm okay either way. It's not that I don't hate people. I don't get me wrong. I don't hate people.
No, you love people.
I'm just not as social as I was when I was in my 20s or 30s.
Right.
Like I enjoy my downtime and my self-reflection and pampering time that I need.
Would I rather go out at night or would I rather stay in my pajamas and play video games? That's an easy one. The games.
Yeah.
The home. The pajamas.
Yeah. I'm going to go for the pajamas, Netflix, popcorn. Soda.
Although even in the middle of the day, sometimes I will want to get out and do something, but I get tired early. All right. Well, we're going to meet some families, Jordan and Megan. Megan's family, meeting them really ties together why she picked Jordan.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, they have such a great sense of humor. And I'm shocked that she never went towards someone like Jordan before.
It's so Freudian, but they say you pick your parents for your partner. And her mom is so funny and cheesy and just like cracking jokes back and forth with Jordan. What about the sister's premonition, the dream?
The sister said that she had dreamt of their dad, who this is his 4-year anniversary of being gone this day.
My mom calls that the feast day because, Mama C is Catholic and the day that a saint dies, it's their feast day. That's the day you celebrate them. So anyway.
I didn't know that. That was nice to know.
Day, because I guess you feast. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to ask Mom about that.
So Megan's sister said that she had dreamt of their dad and that their dad was telling her that his son has diabetes. He's like me. And that's the only way I could let her know that was my sign.
I wonder if she had that dream before she found out that Luca has diabetes.
I wonder too. But it was just such a, and I mean, of course, they all teared up over it. I mean, because Megan has been saying that the whole time, ever since she has met Jordan, that she feels like this is her dad's pushing her this direction because of all these signs.
And I can get how people who don't know might not understand that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Type 1 diabetes, it's so rare. It's only like 2% of the entire world population. It's 5% of diabetics. But as a type 1 diabetic, I instantly connect with type 1 diabetics. If I'm on the phone with somebody and I find out they have type 1, I mean, I get into a conversation with them for 5 or 10 minutes about it, probably longer, honestly.
Right.
People in real life that I meet that have diabetes, like my best friend is dating a guy that has type 1. And the first time I met him, the two of us are just like, we're like instantly connected. Like, I like this guy a lot. And we just go on about our experiences with it. So it is really something that, because it's not very common, you connect over it. And I can think of a lot of type 1s I've met, and like, you just instantly feel like they have an understanding that nobody else does.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because it's a lot. It's a day-to-day thing. Hour by hour, minute by minute thing. So I get that connection. But I get why people wouldn't understand it. Her family is so supportive. They come in with balloons. Her mom says, I've never seen Megan have this kind of connection before.
That says a lot.
She's been picking the wrong guys.
She has.
And they're finally like, whoa, this one is a good one. This one's a catch.
Well, and we kind of seen that with her draw to Mike in the pods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she kept saying he reminded her of exes, and that was kind of shooting red flags up for her.
And, you know, to be completely fair to all of these contestants, as much as we might hate on them, we have to remember the edit. There's so many hours of conversation that is left on the cutting room floor that we don't see. So while it might appear that every time he goes in there, he's talking about nutrition and things, we don't see the conversations leading up to that. We don't see the whole thing on her part. We don't see how they got there necessarily. They could be clipping something out of the middle of a conversation that she started to make him look like that. So we see so little of the entire picture, such a small fraction of what they get on camera. And it is highly produced. They want it to be entertaining. So while we are just reflecting on what we see in the edit and acknowledging there's a lot that we don't know. Just to be fair. I was actually texting Liz. So in my friends group, we have a separate Love is Blind chat, and she texted in it the other day. And what she said, she was saying, remember, this is the edit, which is where I learned to look at it, because Liz, who, I don't know, I guess she's coming back to the podcast at some point. She and I started this podcast. I think she's been on 3 episodes. She's got a lot going on, but she had been on a reality TV show and dated somebody that is quite well known for a quite well-known reality TV show. That was on for a very long time. So she taught me to watch with the edit. Anyway, I digress. Communication, it's important. And they talk about how they're communicating. Now, they had a conversation that morning because Megan was expecting Jordan to act in a certain way. He's never had a feast day to celebrate before for someone, so this is very new to him. What concerned me was that Jordan said he's got all of this stuff going on. He's giving the best that he can to make now. Does he have space in his life for her? I'm wondering.
Well, I thought that was kind of like his response to not behaving in the way that she thought he should have behaved. And I think what he was trying to say is it probably was not something he even thought.
Right.
Yeah. Something like that, I would think from my own personal experience, I think that people would probably let me lead the way and how I wanted to treat that day, instead of assuming that I did one thing or another. So I think with, him missing his son and all of that stuff, apparently he's not able to see him while he's doing all of this. So he's missing him and probably just not knowing what to do with this day for her.
But she was saying that she didn't expect him to read his mind, like maybe at first. But what her realization was that she needs to communicate with him what she needs. So if that's the response, though, to her saying, this is what I need, and him coming back and saying, but this is all I can do, that's what made me worried.
See, I didn't take it that way when I listened to them talking about it.
That way.
Yeah,
that's character.
Yeah, that's not the way I took it at all. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Hopefully that was a misread.
I think there's a lot with guys and girls and husbands, wives, people in relationships of one person expecting the other person to be able to read their mind. And it just doesn't happen. I was married for almost 30 years, and I can't tell you how many times over those years I said, I can't read your mind.
Rob and I are pretty straight shooters. We just, here it is. Let me give it to you. Now, the first time that Megan's dad saw Megan's mom, she was coming off an elevator, and he said he knew. So they're not even freaked out by the fact that these two are in love this quickly. It's funny, though, because I said Rob, first time I saw Rob, my friend was like, I'm dating these two different guys. Like, I'm dating right now. I'm not serious, but which way should I go? And I was like, not Rob. Like, that guy is sarcastic. And I think she kind of liked him more, but I just remember being like, are you serious? It took a while. Sometimes it's a slow burn. I did not see it for years until he became my friend. And I was like, oh, like, he's actually a nice guy and he's cute. He's funny. Sometimes you don't automatically see it. So I thought that was funny. Yeah, I really thought the dream was cool. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about like psychic kids.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we should cover some of these. They're really good. And then I'll have to show you. Not that we're looking for anything extra to cover right now in this moment, because we got a lot going on with Love Is Blind, but that might be something fun. And
well, that's
people
how
can
Tyler
go on YouTube for free to watch it.
Yeah, that's how Tyler started. Remember, he was like young, and he had walked into the kitchen and told his mom that his grandma had passed away because he had talked to her.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it starts young, but so I've definitely found that interesting because that's been my recent YouTube kick. Nick and Annie are moving past the I love you to getting to know each other. They go to Nick's house in the mountains. It is very much a mountain house, the decoration.
Yeah, it was so cute too.
Although it looks like it's more maybe in a subdivision because there's not a ton of trees.
You could see other houses around
it and in front of it.
Yeah, you could see other houses around and everything, but
some mountain houses aren't going to have a lot of upkeep, but this one may have more upkeep.
Possibly, yeah.
Like cutting the lawn. It's not a more natural setting. But she starts to find out he's interested in cars. He runs marathons. He does cross-country skiing as well as skiing. He likes to video game race and put together racing. She's like, wow, you have a lot of interest. I have no idea because all I know is I love you.
You forgot the ice boating.
Ice boating.
What is ice boating?
She's shocked that there's something deeper than I love you.
True.
Now he has a 1965 Shelby, which he says is his mistress.
No, he said it was his baby. He said the Shelby was his baby. And then she was like, and he's like, no, now you're my baby. My Shelby is my side piece.
That's what I said. Mistress, side piece.
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing to that Shelby?
Look, guys in their cars, it can't be explained. That's all I got to say.
Is he sticking it in the muffler?
I expected her to have a name, though.
For the car?
Yeah.
The Shelby. Well, maybe her name's Shelby.
Yeah, we'll call her Shelby from now on.
But she likes the car, too. And they decide they are going to keep his house. That will be like a secondary house. I wonder, though, how much thought they have put into this. I looked, and Colorado does have real estate property taxes. And very much like our state, South Carolina, residential taxes are a lower assessed tax, and you get a much lower tax rate, where secondary properties have a significantly higher tax rate. It is almost like triple what you pay for residential taxes, at least in South Carolina. You also have maintenance, not only potentially yard maintenance, because like I said, this looked like a curated subdivision, but you're going to have to repair the house. You're going to have to, make sure that the pipes are working. If anything goes wrong, you own that property. If you rent it out, you're paying taxes on the money that comes in, income taxes. So there's that too. And then you could have liability, as well as if somebody destroys that property. And then your insurance, you're going to have insurance on 2 properties. So if they're looking at buying another property and having this as secondary, it could be substantial. It could be a substantial difference. That's one of the things that we thought about with my house. Rob and I both had houses before we got married, and he sold his and we bought this one. The question was, do we keep the other house? And I love that house. I put so much into that house. It was a great house. It had a pool. I love that house. And we had to consider like the taxes going way up, the cost of insuring 2 properties, the cost of maintaining the grass over there and the yard over there and the pool over there and any repairs that need to be made. It's substantial. It's an expense to own 2 properties. And it's something I hope that they budget and think about before they take that leap.
I'm not too sure with these 2, if that's something they'll look at.
They just started thinking past I love you. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Maybe on their 5-year anniversary.
After they lived in the house for not the majority of 5 years. And when they sell it, they pay capital gains.
Yep.
When it's too late. Plan those finances beforehand, guys. Madison gets to meet Joe's family. I love his family. They're adorable.
I do too. I was a little confused at first. Had to figure out who everybody was.
Well, we had to play the Michael game. So we meet Denise, Joe's mom, and then Michael, Joe's dad, comes in, and then we meet his 2 sisters. And then we're sitting around the table talking, and Mike, Denise's ex, pops up in the corner of the table. We're guessing that this must be the girl's, his sister's dad, because Madison says, I have a half sister that's older. So it's almost like she was connecting with them on that. She said that she wants to make a good first impression. I was thinking, don't go nuclear.
Don't have those conversations you've been having with him, and definitely don't make it look like it's his fault with his family.
And she was able to hold it together, just like she did in the pods, because he didn't see the side of her until after they left the pods, which I think is where that fair question that ex Mike comes out with. How do you know after only 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
How can you be so sure? And she says, because we talked about things deeply and we agree on the same things. Actions speak louder than words. It's got to be more than just what this person says. You said a lot of things in the pod. You had your best foot forward. You're saying the right things to the family, making a first impression, and getting to know a person that you're spending a lifetime with are very different. But I think she fits in well with this family.
I just like that. I like them almost as much as I do Megan's family.
It tells you a lot about where these people come from. And Madison is gorgeous. Like sitting around his family, she just has these bright blue eyes that pop.
She definitely was able to ease the family's mind and give them some peace and feel better about the situation that Joe and her are in.
They can see how it's a great match. They're like, oh, this makes sense now that we see it. So yes, it was a great first impression. Allie and Anton, time to cue the first argument. What did you think about this meet and greet with Anton's friend?
Well, his friend, even though he's been in a relationship for 4 months, is definitely a party guy. I mean, all he's talked about since they got there is tequila shots, tequila shots. When are we going to start the tequila shot?
Where is Anton's family? Are they in Russia?
That's what I was wondering. Does he not have any family here?
And to be fair, this is only one friend and his girlfriend that they moved in after the first date. So his friend has only known the girlfriend for 4 months. So really, this is only one person that knows Anton. They used to work at McDonald's together where Anton was the manager, and apparently they got drunk during the shifts.
Yeah, they would shut the restaurant down to get drunk. Yeah. This is a
How long
party
ago
guy.
was that?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought that it was when they were like younger, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Kind of young.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like maybe high school, late high school. That's what I was thinking.
Makes sense, except how are they getting alcohol?
Well, I'm not going to say anything. I drank when I was in high school, so we had our ways. We had our ways of getting it.
So the girlfriend and Allie go to the bathroom together, and you're seeing the guys talk, and they're just, are you sure, man? Yeah, I'm sure. I know what it's like to move fast. Okay, cool. Me too. But we overhear the conversation in the bathroom where the girlfriend asks if the guys are going to a strip club for the bachelor party. And then she says that Anton and Joe would go to strip clubs together all the time when they were single.
Which is 4 months ago.
Potentially. Now, Joe says it was at least a year ago.
Anton?
Yep, Anton. I might be getting into the next episode too. Sorry. The first thing that I thought was this person has only known Anton for 4 months. And she's probably spent a lot of the time with her boyfriend. And Anton was on the show, so it's not like she's even spent 4 months with Anton. Allie's starting to have questions based on the opinion of somebody that probably doesn't know Anton all that much at all.
Well, when they went into the bathroom and the conversation started and I seen what direction it was going, I was like, this woman is about to trash talking. Like, she's deliberately telling her this. I don't think she cares one bit if they're going to a strip club on the bachelor party or not. I felt like she was trying to get him in trouble with Allie.
I felt like she was worried that her boyfriend was going to go out and do all this crazy stuff because really it's been 4 months. She's still getting to know this guy that she lives with. She's still getting to know her boyfriend. And maybe she doesn't have a lot of confidence in what they have because it's been very fast. Maybe he love bombed her and they moved in on the first date and their things aren't going real great. And she's sitting there like, I hope he doesn't go off to a strip club. We don't know their situation, except it hasn't been very long. She doesn't know Anton that well.
But she has no problem. Yeah.
It's like
she
blind leading the blind.
Yeah. She has no problem, though, telling Allie that they frequented strip clubs.
But I can't see why that would be a concern for her, except she brings it up in, are they doing that for the bachelor party? I think her concern is he about to take my boyfriend to a strip club.
It's possible, but I just didn't seem, to me, the first time meeting this person is not the appropriate place and time to have that
but
conversation.
When might you have this conversation with her again?
Well, I don't know.
Married in 2 weeks. And do you even have that conversation?
I don't know.
At all?
I didn't think it was a cool move.
I didn't get why Allie was taking the word of this person over Joe. It's not like this is his friend, this longtime friend or family member telling you somebody. This is someone who maybe has spent less time with, not Joe, I'm sorry, Anton, than you have.
Right. Well,
it's very possible at this point, living with him, spending all this time in the pods with him, that from an hour-to-hour basis,
you know him better than the girlfriend of his friend
Allie knows
of 4 months. Yeah.
Right. Allie knows him better. So
I don't know.
But she went over and, I mean, she was mad.
Yeah, she told him, she said, we've got to talk. And he was like, what? And she's like, not right now. She didn't want to talk in front of them, but she definitely was upset with this conversation. I just felt like the woman was kind of throwing him under the bus. I could be reading it wrong. Or maybe she was just trying to create some drama for the
But
TV.
maybe there's more to it if Allie is taking it that seriously. Maybe she is reflecting or echoing some concerns that Allie has.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, she's got to figure that Allie's not going to be too happy if they go to a strip club.
And that's it for episode 8 of Love is Blind season 9. We were going to drop episode 9 tomorrow, but Dee and I decided to go ahead and just drop it today. So if you've seen episode 9, go ahead and listen to the next episode of our podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Episode 9, we are going to pull the singles back from the show.
I'm so excited. This is going to be fun to watch.
So exciting. All right. We will see you soon, Channel Surfers. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Do all the follower thingies. We love seeing your support. We love talking to you guys in the comment section. One of our TikTok commenters made an awesome observation the other day. Let me give a shout out here. So this comment comes from our follower, Oh Hey There, on TikTok. Oh Hey There. Oh Hey There. That is such a cute username. But as far as Annie and Nick, we were talking about how they got in this little argument about him not loving her enough, and that spilled over into this episode, but that was the end of last week. We thought it was because she needed constant affirmation, and we saw that with Annie and Brennan, but she pointed out another factor that might be contributing to this, which is all of the couples last episode were talking about how they had problems and they were glad they were getting it out early. So was this an attempt for her to see what their conflict resolution looks like, because she needs to know before the weddings? And even Madison was saying, I'm glad we're doing this early. That was something I didn't even think about. And absolutely, I think that could be one of the contributing factors.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that she's forcing it to see how they get along during arguments and stuff. It's a good point. Good point.
It's so cool to see everybody's ideas. So make sure to tell us your ideas. We'll start reading some of them on the pod. People are so complex. There's so many different factors, and what a awesome, valid point. I can't wait to see how this all turns out. So, Channel Surfers, thank you for listening. Thanks for coming over here, friends. We love you guys so much. We love all of your support. We love your comments, your likes. It just makes us feel good. We are doing this for fun. We are cranking out the legal work on the side, but this is the best part of our day, is talking to you guys and communicating with you guys. Yeah, it really is. This is what we look forward to. So thanks for listening. We will be back in just a minute with episode 9. Bye.
That's right.
Tune in, don't delay.